I never thought I would be the type of person to seek therapy. Growing up, mental health was never really talked about in my family. It was always seen as a sign of weakness to admit that you were struggling with your emotions. So I learned to keep everything bottled up inside, putting on a brave face for the world to see. But as I got older, I realized that this coping mechanism was no longer working for me. I was constantly anxious, always on edge, and I couldn't seem to shake this feeling of emptiness that seemed to consume me. I knew I needed help, but I didn't know where to turn. That's when I stumbled upon BetterHelp. It was like a sign from the universe, a lifeline that was thrown to me just when I needed it the most. I had heard about online therapy before, but I was always skeptical. How could someone help me through a screen? How could they possibly understand what I was going through without seeing me in person? But I was desperate, so I decided to give it a try. I signed up for BetterHelp and was matched with a therapist who seemed to understand me better than I understood myself. From the very first session, I felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I could finally talk about my fears, my insecurities, my deepest, darkest thoughts without fear of judgment. My therapist helped me see things from a different perspective, challenged my negative beliefs, and gave me the tools I needed to cope with my anxiety. She taught me breathing exercises, mindfulness techniques, and helped me develop a self-care routine that actually worked for me. I felt like I was finally taking control of my mental health, rather than letting it control me. And the best part was, I could do it all from the comfort of my own home. I didn't have to worry about scheduling appointments, driving to a therapist's office, or sitting in a waiting room full of strangers. I could have my therapy sessions in my pajamas, curled up on my couch with a cup of tea, feeling safe and secure in my own space. BetterHelp gave me the flexibility I needed to fit therapy into my busy schedule. I could schedule sessions at a time that worked for me, whether it was early in the morning before work, during my lunch break, or late at night when the world was quiet and still. I didn't have to sacrifice my other responsibilities to take care of my mental health, and that was a game changer for me. As I continued my therapy journey, I started to notice a shift in myself. I was more confident, more self-assured, and more at peace with who I was. I no longer felt like a prisoner to my own mind, trapped in a cycle of negative thoughts and self-doubt. I was able to set boundaries, communicate my needs, and prioritize my own well-being without feeling guilty. BetterHelp therapy gave me the tools I needed to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. I learned how to manage my stress, cope with my emotions, and build healthy relationships with others. I was no longer afraid to ask for help when I needed it, and I was no longer ashamed of my struggles. Therapy became a regular part of my self-care routine, like going to the gym or eating healthy. It was something I did for myself to nurture my mind, body, and soul, and I was grateful every day for the opportunity to work with a therapist who truly cared about my well-being and wanted to see me thrive. I know that therapy is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and what worked for me may not work for everyone. But for me, BetterHelp therapy was a game changer. It helped me break free from the chains of my past, heal old wounds, and embrace a brighter, more hopeful future. So if you're struggling with your mental health, if you're feeling lost, alone, or overwhelmed, I urge you to give therapy a try. Whether it's through BetterHelp or another platform, reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. You deserve to live a life that is full of joy, peace, and fulfillment, and therapy can help you get there. Trust me, I know.